Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Amaran Wakar back with another lesson, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakah Kodash. And double honors as always we give to our apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, and peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect pushing this truth, this word throughout the four corners of the globe, man. So, yeah, we're trying, it's not going to be too long, but just wanted to show, man, we coming into the times where, all these troubles that we have pursuant to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, yeah, where it pertains to the blessings and the curses, but, the 15th verse onwards talks about the curses, and those curses are going to fall upon our enemies, mainly the Edomites, man, and because they got a lot to pay for. And the Lord said it, and we're going to get the scriptures, but I just want to show this, man, because this is unprecedented. When a police officer in America, in Babylon the Great, so is about to serve a 20-year sentence for gunning down an Israelite woman, man. He shot this woman in the face, man, and she that was her taking part in her judgment, man. We understand that, but at the same time, man, that's judgment from the Lord. What he did was unjust, but it was just by the Lord. The Lord's judgment is just, it's fair, and we have to pay for our sins, man. But the sins of the Edomites, man, is about to, they're about to pay for them sins, man. So let's just read it. Let's just watch this video. It's not long, about 3 minutes, I believe. Yeah, and we can just watch this, man. I'm going to get into some scriptures in that.
Sean Grayson, the former Illinois deputy convicted of killing Sonia Massey in 2024, has been handed down the maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. Grayson was found guilty of second-degree murder last October for the killing of the unarmed mother of two. Body camera video from the night of the shooting captured the moment Grayson responded to a 911 call from Massey about a possible prowler outside her home. He claimed she was acting erratically and threatened him with a pot of boiling water before he fatally shot her. The footage showed Massey apologizing and ducking for cover before those shots rang out. CBS News reporter Karen Hua is outside the courthouse in Springfield with the latest. Karen, how did Sonia Massey's family...
It's like I had to pause this because it just came to my mind, and in that same Deuteronomy 28, it says that you should have no assurance of thy life, man. This woman called these cops for her safety, man. She thought there was a problem, and they end up murdering her, man. Or one of them ends up murdering her.
Family react to the sentencing.
Hey, Lindsay, so the Massey family was overjoyed and relieved. You have to imagine they've been waiting about 2 years for this sentence, and they say this ultimately proves that no one is above the law. However, they say that there will never be full justice for Sonia Massey, but they do believe this maximum sentencing is the best case scenario. Take a listen at what Sonia's 16-year-old daughter and her father had to say.
I'm grateful that we got the maximum sentence that we could. 20 years is not enough, but they did what they thought, they did what they could do.
I just want to say that we serve an awesome God, because never in the history of these United States has a law enforcement officer been given this kind of sentence, a maximum sentence of 20 years. We don't think that's enough, and the law needs to be changed here in Illinois so that there's a greater value placed on second-degree murder here in the state. But right now,
so I need to bring it back a minute.
Second-degree murder, that there's a greater value placed on second-degree murder. We don't think that's enough, and the been given this kind of sentence because never in the history of these United States has a law enforcement officer been given this kind of sentence, a maximum sentence of 20 years. We don't think that's enough.
But you hear that he said it's unprecedented, man, for a law enforcement officer to get that, because our laws are counted as nothing, man. It tells you that in was in Solomon 5, man, when they see our salvation, man. It says, how is he counted among the saints? Meaning that we're not deemed worthy of anything.
And the law needs to be changed here in Illinois so that there's something, a greater value placed on second-degree murder here in the state. But right now, I'm just overwhelmed with joy.
And you hear what he said?
Massey family
He said, we serve... What did he say? It's like, I need to cut that back a minute.
A greater value placed on second-degree murder here in the state. We don't think that's enough. And the law needs to be changed here in Illinois so that there's something from God.
Yeah, so he says we serve an awesome God.
You could do.
I just want to say that we serve an awesome God because never in the history of these United States.
See, now there's a problem with that statement. Not that the Most High isn't awesome. Of course, we know He is awesome. He's awesome in His power and His mercy, His grace, and His judgment, and His terror, and all the things that the Lord is about. But they don't serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? Because they don't know the names. I can guarantee you that right now. Or I can't talk for everyone there. You know, there might be someone in that crowd there that knows the truth. But he doesn't. Right? He doesn't. You know, and if he does, he's not doing, you know, what is, you know, asked of you when you know this truth. But on the flip side of that, yeah, he's right, man. And our power is awesome. And he's showing that right now by making sure that that man got that sentence. Now, is that sentence, you know, ultimately the sentence he should have got is death. It's blood for blood, man. You know, but in this world, we can only get so much in the way of justice, man. So let's finish this. But yeah, man, Yahweh Shem Yahushai has an awesome power. He's right about that, but you don't serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Probably when you said that, you probably was thinking of that Edomite God that you serve, man, that these Jakes serve. Anyway,
has a law enforcement officer been given this kind of sentence, a maximum sentence of 20 years? We don't think that's enough, and the law needs to be changed here in Illinois so that there's something, a greater value placed on second-degree murder here in the state. But right now, I am just overwhelmed with joy.
Now, the Massey family wants Grayson prosecuted federally for violation of civil rights crimes. Lindsay?
Grayson had a chance to speak in court before the sentence was read. What did he say?
Yeah, Grayson was mostly stoic throughout the hour in court today, but he did get quite emotional when the judge allowed him to speak toward the end. He ultimately apologized, saying that he was unprofessional the night of the incident, he made mistakes, and said that what happened to Sonya Massey should have never happened. Ultimately, his lawyer did ask for a sentence of probation.
Look at the state of him now. He went from a hulking being, man. He wasn't a small guy. Now look at him, man. Now he's gonna have to hope that he hooks up with them white supremacists in that jail, whatever jail he goes to, man. You gotta remember this. He's finished. They ain't even gonna want him. Why? Because he's an ex-police officer, man. So he's done out here, man. As we say in the UK, he's done out here. You know what I mean? Because them Jakes are gonna be looking to get him, you know, to spill his blood, and they ain't gonna get no protection, man. So they're gonna have to put him somewhere isolated. And he knows, look at the terror in his eyes. The same terror that Sonya Massey had, you know, when he pulled that gun on her, man. She was down and crouching down, you know, begging, apologizing, man. He put a couple in their face, man. He didn't think that was going to happen, man. So yeah, man. I'll say call her Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, for that. Because it's nice it's good now to see that these things happening to our enemy, man. The Edomites are our enemy.
Which essentially means no prison time. His lawyer arguing that there's little to no chance Grayson would ever do this again, considering he's also battling stage 4 cancer right now. But the judge still decided on the maximum sentence of 20 years, saying he wants to set a precedent. He wants to deter others from acting the same way under these similar circumstances. Grayson's team did file a motion to reconsider this sentence, and that will happen on March 3rd. Ultimately, for Grayson, if he does serve this full 20 years in prison, he'll be 51 by the time he gets out. Lindsay?
Karen Hua, thank you.
51, man. Anyway, let's get into the precepts real quick, man. I ain't gonna make this too drawn out. Let's go to Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter, man, in the first verse. And it says, it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among the nations, which is what we're doing right now, man, as men of the Lord, And also, there's men outside of pushing this, actually doing the work, and Arkwaf, man, the ones we call the sisters, man. The Arkwaf, the women of our nation. There's some out there also that meditate on this truth, and they're learning and bringing to mind what's happening to us as a nation of people, man. And it says among the nations scattered, we're scattered, man. It says whether the Lord Yahweh thy power hath driven thee, it says, and shalt return unto the Lord thy power, and shalt obey his words according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord Yahweh thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee. Now this isn't complete yet, but it's a process. We're going to watch it slowly flip on them, man, And this is where it talks about the patience of faith of the saints, man. We have to have patience. It's going to happen. It says, and I will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord Yahweh thy power hath scattered thee. And if any of them be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. So heaven, that's just the earth, man, because to the elites, they're in heaven right now. We're in hell. So we're in somebody else's heaven. We're not in our heaven yet. Then the Lord thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers. And the Lord thy power will circumcise thine heart, and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord Yahweh with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. Let me just I can't remember where it is. I'm going to have to. That's not right, is it? Is that right?
That's the reality right there. These Christians, they got them wicked. They got them wicked, bro.
Let's get this one. So we just basically read let's read this. Ezekiel 36:22 says, therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for mine holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen, whither ye went. And I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am the Lord, saith the Lord Yahweh, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. Yeah, because we've done all sorts of things in the eyes of the heathens, man. And we're not, we're supposed to be a light among the nations, man. We're not supposed to. So we'll be showing our ass, making the Lord look bad, basically, man. It says, for I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries, and will bring you into your own land. Then I will sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. You know, got these jakes running around. I see one every morning on the way to work, hopping into the little, you know, where they do their praying, and that where the Muslims do their praying, man. They don't want you there, nigga. So okay, I just say it like that. They don't want you there, man. It's worshipping some false god that doesn't even exist when you got a power, man. And amongst the heathens that don't even respect you and don't even want to be around you, man. It says, a new heart, this is verse 26, a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh, and I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. So that's what's going to happen, man. The Lord is going to, you know, just going back to, you know, the circumcision of the heart here, man, in verse 6, Deuteronomy 30:6. You know, the Lord is going to change us so that we cannot sin against him anymore. So there'll be no reason for him to kill us, put any curses on us, or anything like that. And then no more will we be a cursed people. Right? Verse 7 says, and the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Right? And thou shalt return and obey the words of the Lord, and do all his commandments which I command thee this day. So I'm not saying that the curses are already off us. I'm saying that they're going on to our enemies now, man. They're starting to leech upon our enemies. This is Psalm 73:1. It says, truly Yahweh is good to Israel. Yeah, man. Even to such as are of a clean heart. The Lord is good. Why? Because even though our people have been through hell, he's going to redeem us, man. All of us. The elect first, and then the rest of our people through childbirth, man. So isn't that good? Even though they've done wickedness in the eyes of the Lord and not repented and not given a shit, basically, they're still going to live good in the kingdom, man, and never go off again, and the Lord's going to love them. Right? Verse 2 says, but as for me, my feet were almost gone, my steps had well nigh slipped, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. Don't be prosperous. Don't be envious about their prosperity, man, because it's fleeting. The Lord gave it to them, and he's going to take it away. Alright? And we're going to have the ultimate prosperity forever, higher than any prosperity they've ever seen. Right? It says, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth about them as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Violence covereth them as a garment. He didn't hesitate to pull the trigger on that woman, man. You know, and he did that thinking that he was going to have that immunity, man. It says their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more heart than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouths against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. But yeah, that's the point on that. So yeah, man. They're gonna be they're gonna be done away with, man, as a people. And you know, we're gonna rule over them. And they're going to understand what true curses is, to be cursed is as a people, man. Remember, I can't remember the religion that they have. It might be Mormons or something, where they teach that we're cursed because of our skin color. Our skin color is our curse, man. They're not understanding that their skin color is their curse, man. let's get one more, man, and I'll close out on that. Like I said, it wasn't going to be a long one. Isaiah 14. I could read from the top, but you know, I just want to get to the point. Isaiah 14:12 says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation?" And this is talking about this weaken the nation. Obviously, this is talking about the elite of the Edomites, but they're not going to be immune to the curses, man. Really, so we should be talking about them more than ever, because these low-level Edomites mean nothing in the scheme of things. You know, they're going to just serve out their punishment as with the rest. But those ones that have poured the heat on Israel as a nation, man, they're in deep doo-doo, man. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nation?" And the word Lucifer means light bearer. Right, the name Lucifer means light bearer, man. You know, and they're called that because they have a lot of the knowledge. They have on the left-hand side of things, of course. He said, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell," meaning death, the grave, to the sides of the pit. "They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the wilderness, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners?" Meaning that he didn't let us go, man. You know, he's gonna fall heavily, man, drastically, dramatically, right? "All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of the grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet." Let me just get to this point. It says, "Prepare." Look, I ain't read this in a while, man. Isaiah 14:21 says, "Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities." Meaning that, you know, prepare their judgment, man. There's going to be a lot of death for these Edomites, man, because they need to be, you know, corralled up, man, rounded up, and so, you know, they need to be stopped. You know, basically. So anyway, man, you know, we're gonna get our revenge, and we're gonna watch them slowly. The king was falling, man. I mean, look at what's going on in America. It's all the signs are there. But yeah, man, we'll win this edifying, man. So I'll say shalom to the next one. Shalom.